So welcome back to MVP Rentals podcast. We are in season 2, episode 5, I believe.
Yes.
So,
and this is a special episode because Natasha is leading this one.
I'm not.
And I get to be color commentary.
Oh, God.
She's coming off a big win. She went on live on somebody else's podcast. She's coming in with momentum, leading the charge.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess I'm going to do the question that Marcus always asks, and that is, how did you get here? What's your background? What's your story? Like, give us the 411 on what makes Jennifer Jennifer.
Dear Lord. Okay. And you're asking me this and my mom is here. Okay. So long story short, I will try to make this short. My dad traveled as a kid, so he was never home, and it was always me and my mom, and my brothers. And then when I met my husband, he was in the military. So guess what? We moved around and did all those things. And so we lived in all the states and all the places in Germany and in Texas. We bought a house. And so I was like, we're never moving. This is my house. We're staying. And my real estate agent was like, have you ever thought about getting into real estate? And I was like, I'm not salesy. I got my degree in social work.
Wow.
So, I'm a people pleaser. I'm a helper. Like, that's just my niche in life. I'm the oldest of 3 children. So I think that kind of was entitled, into me. But, so she talked to me about that several years ago. And then I moved to several other states. We moved back home to Oregon, and I got a job at Keller Williams. And I was the director of First Impressions.
Well,
a glorious title.
You are going to have to tell me about that. What does that mean?
So basically the assistant to, the girls in the office, and then the real estate agents. So I would help with billing, and I would help with, the commissions and the commission disbursements and getting the conference room ready for, all the events and stuff. Really just a, glamorized name for an assistant. And, but I thought a director of First Impressions. I liked the word director.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in charge, right?
You felt like you were special there.
I felt like it, I got culture keeper within the first 2 months I was there. So Jennifer just fits in so well.
Oh, I love
and
it.
I was like, I really like this, Then I started seeing the paychecks come across the desk. And I was like, what? And then I was processing the commission demands, and I was seeing the percentages that people were getting. I was like, what? Thousands of dollars for one transaction, why am I on this side of the desk? I'm capable of so much more. So I got my license, and I joined a team in 2019 with the Wrist group at Keller Williams. And it was a group of young guys and a couple gals, and I was like the mom of the group, It was a really great way to start. I learned a lot. My first transaction was a manufactured home in a park. So I learned one of the hardest ones right off the bat,
Right.
So here I am at year 2.5, and I'm on a different team with EXP.
Okay.
And basically right now I have a transaction under contract, and we're closing next week.
Congrats.
I kind of dabble in it because of COVID. Everything kind of changed. But I'm doing the transaction coordinating for the team right now. So I do all of the paperwork side.
What made you decide to change from Keller Williams to EXP?
And then some of the marketing. Well, I actually went from Keller Williams to Premier Property Group to EXP.
Oh.
Premier was just a little stop on the way. It's a small company, but I liked it because it was small. And Keller Williams was just not, even though I was the culture keeper, it was not the culture that I really wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
And nothing bad about the company themselves. It was just not me.
Right.
So I just wanted to dabble in something else and something smaller. So PPG was really the smaller company, and it was really great. I worked with some really good people, but EXP has your future, in its best interest as an agent.
Awesome.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. No, you can definitely see the differences between each brokerage. Just for me personally, working with different real estate agents throughout the US and seeing you kind of start to see patterns when you find these real estate agents, and you're like, oh, you're cray cray, you're probably with them. Oh, you're really like, you really, you have it really down to a science. Oh, you're probably with them. And
Yeah.
so you kind of see how your personalities fit into your company or your culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And I think real estate was the biggest industry that I could sense a different culture with what brokerage I was in. Because working in sales, I mean, yeah, your company has a culture, but man, there's so many different variables of how brokerage works that then like just filters into how people behave and how people carry themselves. Like I did go into a big box broker when I started as an agent, and I felt like I was gonna be babysat every day. Like they have all these checks and you have to do X and you have to be in the office X amount of hours. You need to make these many phone calls and it's all commission based. And I was like, so I'm going to be babysat, but there's no guarantee of payment. And you're going to take all my contacts. It just seemed weird. And then you go to like a smaller brokerage and it's, I don't know, it's more on your own. Like you put the onus on yourself to get stuff done. They give you the tools, but they don't sit there and babysit you.
Yeah, I don't like being babysat either. I'm an adult, you know, you just show me what I'm supposed to do and then let me be.
Yeah. And I'm guessing that is the coach that you try to get to find and you found it at EXP.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially the group that I'm with. We blend really well. It's Jason Giles, Mackenzie Frischkorn. Jason's wife just got her license. Her name's Jennifer. Of course, there's two of us. Yeah. And then there's a couple others. Yeah, just because it makes it complicated. You know, I'm Jen and she's Jennifer. I'm like, so you're not talking to me? It's hard. I'm like, who are you talking to? Yeah. But we just get along. Jason is the funniest guy. He's awesome.
That's so cool. Do you see any parallels between social work and real estate at all, or do you think they're completely like two different spectrums? And I mean, you're still helping people because you're helping them find their forever home or a home for now too.
Right. Well, I think there's definitely a lot of parallels because of the nurturing part of, you know, some people need to be nurtured. Some don't need you. So they just want to, you know, sign on the line and go. But a lot of them, like the clients I'm closing with this week, it's been almost 2 years because of COVID. And I've stuck through them with almost getting divorced last year. And they called me up and was crying. Like it was dramatic. And then we finally got under contract in April and they cried because I found the house. I just called them. I said, hey, trust me on this one. Let's go look at it. And they literally cried and said, this is my dream home. Then that one didn't pan out. So there's all this constant, like, it's just because the sellers couldn't find their replacement home and they're in their 70s. Like it takes forever. And my people are like, we're missing out, you know?
And the prices out in Oregon are not inexpensive either. They are climbing. Yes, I do. Oh my God, they are climbing every day. And to find anything under even 200 or 300. I mean, to look under 300, it's like, where?
And it's like a 2-bedroom, maybe.
Yeah.
So we just got under contract for $330,000 on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot, perfect, North Albany.
Oh, nice. Okay,
perfect.
That's great.
House, and appraisal came in at value, and we're closing next week. And I'm like, hallelujah!
I saw that post on
awesome.
your Facebook page. I was so excited for you. That's funny.
Because this is the third house.
Oh my God.
The third house that we've been under contract on since October because people are just shady in this industry sometimes. And I don't mean to talk bad about anybody, but some people are only in it for the money. And that's where my social work heart comes out. And I'm like, this isn't about the money. It's about the people getting into what they really feel like is their forever, or, you know, they just need to be acknowledged and understood.
Or they're home for now. Whether it's their forever home or not, it's someplace that they need to be and they need to call it home. And it's so much different than living in a house versus it being your home. Because like, I'm going to rent out my house for the next 10 years and it'll be somebody's house and they can call it, you know, but it's not going to be their forever home or,
Right.
but I hope to make it a home enough for them that they'll want to stay there for, 6,
Yeah.
7,
Gosh,
8,
if you
9
got
years.
it. Yeah. I hope you get somebody in there that just loves it and adores it as much as you do. And then when you're ready, take it over.
Yes, fingers crossed.
I'll stalk them for you.
Yes. I love having a friend out
Bye.
there, Marcus. I can always call her and be like, can you just go drive by real quick?
They always say if you're going to invest long
Check on-
distance, have one friend out there that can stop by.
I know. Well, I do. I know. I'm going to be
Yep.
out there in a month and I'm like, we need to get some coffee.
Yep.
That's awesome. So you are enjoying the agent side. Are you now more managing your team, or are you still just doing like the paperwork, working with clients? What's your role within the office?
So I'm basically their transaction coordinator / admin / marketing. So I do the Facebook posts for the team, and I do all the paperwork side after they get the accepted offer. I create the files in SkySlope, and then I send an email to the buyers and sellers, and I'm kind of the point of contact in between.
Yeah. You're the
and
important
that's just where I fit. Yeah.
You're
and
the
I fit
important
really well.
piece. Yeah.
It can be the unimportant piece sometimes, because I'm like, you got to tell me what's going on, guys. I can't read your mind.
Right.
Well, you're the one where like it's important, but you have to know the information. So you need people to communicate to you, because usually what happens, I mean, at least from what I've seen, is deals break down because communication was just bad.
Oh,
I mean, things can usually get worked out if people are communicating and honest. So, I mean, you're a huge part, because there's so many dates, there's so many deadlines, little like verbiage on how these things play out, that if it's not communicated well, and that's coming from you and your team.
Right. I had one of my agents that would have a list. And I mean, it was like a full page list. And that was like her transaction coordination. Like, this is how she needed to refer back to it. This gets done on this date. You need to have this done by this date. We need to make sure this inspection's done by here. We need it until like, and it was brilliant how she wrote it out and everything. And I was like, oh, this is fabulous. If more agents could really like zero in on a program or an app or something that can help them keep track of those dates, I feel like somebody out in the tech world needs to do that, because they could make millions off of it. Maybe
Well, you know what's funny? So I'll plug it into my calendar, but I was like, okay, to make things easier for my team, like I'm going to send a page out to everybody, so they're all on the same page, which I do usually in the email to the clients. So I found when I was in Canva, there's templates, and Canva's free unless you want the pro side, but I use it on the free side, and I get everything done through Canva. It's amazing. Like, I don't know if anybody out there uses Canva, but it is so worth it.
I do.
We're gonna have to put that in the show notes, because I've never heard of that.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Go away, Marcus.
You know how tech savvy I am. So every opportunity I have to go on a tech, I will.
Cracks me up. But yeah, Canva's amazing.
Yeah,
you gotta find it. Yeah.
And the nice thing is I have two or three of my agents pay for it, so I can use the whole thing, which I'm like, this is great.
No joke. I just downloaded the free month for the pro, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I will pay for this, and my Jason would probably pay for it for me because I'm doing the marketing, but I'll just have to tell him this is something I need.
I think it's like $9 a month. Like, I don't think it's much money.
Oh, that's not bad.
Cheap.
No, I'm like, suck it up and pay for it, buddy. It'll make everything look so much better.
I know. You want me to do my job?
That's about what pretty much all my subscriptions are for that. Like things that track my miles and my receipts and all that. It's like $7 to $9 a month. So it's not like it's going to break the bank on you. And I know that I don't really mind, or I don't miss writing down miles and what day and where I went. I don't miss that.
What we should do, guys, is we should put together an app that tracks miles, does your expenses. It has creative stuff. Like, we need to package that into one app and call it like the real estate like Bible. And just
we're gonna have to cut this. We're gonna have to cut this segment out of the show because we just gave away the whole everything.
Yeah.
So we'll cut this snippet out. We'll just jump. No one will know.
Yeah.
No one will know.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause I
our
don't know how
idea,
to do anything techie, so yeah, there's that too.
right?
Yeah. So you mentioned something through the elderly client that you were working with and how they were looking at multiple homes through COVID. Has your office been affected greatly, or is it kind of one-off situations?
Well, so I was with
What have you been
PPG
seeing?
last year. Honestly, I mean, I still went to the office and I was like me by myself. I would cover the front desk when I was with PPG on a Tuesday and then someone else come in on another day. It didn't affect us until we went to show homes to take pictures. Everything kind of started becoming just virtual. So one person would go out and, record a video and the pictures and everything and just upload it. And it's like, this is what we have for now. And then open houses were kind of mixed. We couldn't do open houses for a long time. And then we could, and it's like, don't forget to sanitize and take your shoes off. And it was a mess. So it wasn't great, but I also wasn't super busy during that time. I was like behind the scenes, doing paperwork. So it was easy for me, but
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Jennifer. How do
Yeah.
you feel about the new law saying that love letters are not allowed anymore out in Oregon?
I think it's stupid.
I do too.
Can I tell you that? I think it is so dumb. Like, okay, for instance, I'm an ex-veteran spouse, okay, and I've had veteran clients, and that's a huge deal to some people. They're like,
It
we
is.
would love to sell our home to a veteran family, and because we served and they served, and now it's like, well, I'll tell the agent that, but we can't write it down and give him a letter,
Right.
or give him a picture. So I kind of briefly just say, I know we're not supposed to really discuss a lot of this, but you might relay the message that
Right.
these people are blah, 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 I think it's dumb.
Because we were one of the last couples that was able to submit a love letter in Oregon, and our agent came back to us and said, well, you got the house because of the letter. And I was like, second time now. So I swear by my letters, because if people don't know your background, if they don't know your story, if they don't know the reason why you're buying the house, sometimes that means a lot to people. I mean, it would mean a lot to me if another single mother came into my house here and wanted to buy it versus, I don't know, just a single dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
hey,
hey,
what's wrong with dudes?
no, I mean, it's one thing when you have kids. I just want like a single family. Like,
right.
I came here with my son by myself and didn't have anybody. And if I can pay it forward-ish by doing the same thing to another family, I would love to.
Yeah.
I just don't get, so if I'm going to sell you my car and you write me a letter about how you really need a car and how you've always wanted this car, the state of Oregon is basically saying, like, don't take that into effect. If that person needs a car, he'll give you the right price, but you can't like tell him your life story about why he needs a car to get to work, to feed his family. That's just uncalled for.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Not
go
at
in
all.
any other industry, but apparently homes, you can't do it. That's
right. One of the biggest
strange.
purchases of your whole life is a home. Yeah.
Because
and you can't tell them anything.
It's because they were saying that it puts preconceptions in your mind, I think, or something along those lines, where it's like, no, you can judge somebody based on the letter they wrote you, and then you can decide. And they didn't want that to play into their decision. They wanted it to be
like a fair housing ruling on that one.
Something kind of like that. Yes.
I think it's under the fair housing.
Let's just redact anything that could be in fair housing.
Yeah.
We'll just redact everything and you'll just get like random sentences.
So yeah.
But the reason I like the letter is effort. I like effort. If I had 5 offers and 2 people wrote me a letter, those 2 people that took the extra time to write a letter to tell me their background are probably the 2 people that'll go through with the transaction and follow this through.
Yeah, they put the grit, they got the skin in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's the stupidest law I've ever heard of. I think they're trying to overturn it now, though, too. So
I haven't really talked to them, to my team about that stuff in a while, but I just remember Jason telling us, okay, guys, no more as of whatever date it was. And I was like, that is so stupid. But, we were up against, gosh, was it January? We were up against 23 other offers on this one house. And I thought, what's the stinking point of writing a letter? are they really going to read it? But we did it anyways, we still didn't get it. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything in this country is
23 other offers. What was the list price on that one? Do you remember?
310, 330.
Okay.
It wasn't, but that's the price range around here that's really competitive, between like 295 and like 400.
But what was the end price on that property?
If I remember right, it only went for like 340, 345.
Oh, okay.
But it's because, so the things that have kind of played into getting offers accepted the past several months is if they have any extra money, if there's an appraisal gap. If the house doesn't appraise for 340 like we offered and only appraises for 330, can they come up with the extra cash?
1,000,
and so the people that had that leverage were getting the bids.
Yeah.
For
Have
sure.
you been having problems with appraisals not matching out there through this big bubble? Because surprisingly in Wisconsin, at least I haven't heard of many that have missed. So
yeah, when I was working in mortgage for a little tiny bit, and there was a few that came in like under value, but they had to fix a couple things in order to make it at value, which was normal. But there was a couple that were, people were just like, okay, this house is only 240,000. We're going to offer 280 because we can afford 280, but we can't go any higher than that. So then the house was like, 40 grand in deficit. And it's like, how are you going to pull that off? And then it fell apart. Who has 40 grand in their pocket? I mean, not very many people.
Not me.
Not me.
Man, it's a scary situation. And if you're working with a first-time buyer or inexperienced buyer, those kind of things, if the agent doesn't mention not having the appraisal contingency or what could possibly happen with that, that's a whole I don't want to go down that route.
I mean, if the seller needs 350 out of it, and they can't get their 350, they're not going to be able to negotiate that. And if the buyer doesn't have an extra 10 or 15 grand to throw in there, it just falls apart. And that's sad, And then there's a waste of, we wasted $400 on the inspection. And then, the appraisal was already ordered. And that was $800 and some dollars.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I know. I had to put so much extra money aside for the inspections, the appraisals, the this, the that. I'm like, oh my God, I had to take out so much money just even for the down payment.
Yeah.
I should probably put like this many $1,000s aside for extras. And I'm like, still, now we're getting all of our renovations done to the house.
I know.
And actually, the renovations came in under what we thought they were going to be. And I was like, hallelujah.
That's good.
That's awesome.
And
that's good.
Done by the time we're out there in September. So we'll actually have a bathroom to use and like everything should be pretty-ish.
Good. I can't wait to see the end product.
It's going to be so pretty.
You're doing all the designing, correct, Natasha?
There's not much designing to be done out there. Literally, it's a 3-bedroom house that you can't do much to. We stained cabinets a little bit darker. In fact, I think my husband's planning on going to the Timbers game on a Saturday night. And he's like, do you want to go? And I was like, no, I don't want to go and watch soccer. And he's like, okay. He's like, what do you want to do then? And I was like, I'll probably just stay home and like stain cabinets again or something. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, why not? Needs to be done.
Put in some shiplap.
No shiplap. Not yet. There will be shiplap.
I can't wait.
Once we renovate the house, it's going to be gorgeous. I've been looking up blueprints and like floor plans and everything like that. I'm like, this is what we want. This is what we want. My husband.
I love it. That's the cutest stuff. I can't wait. Hurry up. 10 years.
Jennifer and I are trying to figure out a way to maintain our friendship for 10 years. So
we will. Dang it.
Yes.
You will.
100%.
You will, I'm sure. Are you in the same area where she just bought too? Like super close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm like 5 minutes down
so
the road.
So you've got
literally.
your built-in friend when you move
I
there.
know.
She's got her built-in like, what do we call me? I can be the spectator and the nosy neighbor.
You're right.
I'm taking a breath of fresh air because I know when you leave Wisconsin, the investing in the real estate's not gonna stop with you because Jennifer's gonna take over and keep beating it into your head, and it's never gonna stop.
No,
Yep.
I cannot buy another house. I will lose my mind. One and
Yeah.
done. It's like
You can't buy another house yet.
it's like with my kids, one and done, Marcus.
One and done. That's what you think.
Just think of it like not like kids, like a dog.
Oh
So
God.
there's never too many.
Because then I would
Right?
have 5 of them. My one dog is dead asleep on the floor behind me. My other dog is dead asleep in the living room. I
Yeah.
tried to get her to come in here and she's like, lift her heads up. And she's like, no. Why
They
would I
are
do
more
that?
like dogs. Your house sits there, your dog sits there. Every once in a while, you got to get up, you got to take it, you got to give it some love, you got to take it out, go to the bathroom, you got to
How
feed it, do
You
some
take a
maintenance.
house out to go to the bathroom. Put it
No,
in
I'm saying like the you taking your dog out is like caring for it. You going over the property and staying in the cabinets is caring for it.
got it.
Same thing. It's all about good analogies here. It
Wasn't
makes
really
sense.
picking up that analogy right there, but okay, I got it.
You're not
You just
picking it
gotta
up. Let
take care of
me
it.
go on. Let me explain further.
Okay.
Who knew Friday nights could be so much fun?
And
When
we
are
haven't
we
even
coming
started
back?
drinking.
Because this is fun.
Yes. Be back in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So houses are like dogs. We got that, right?
Yes.
Got it.
Oh,
Wrote
and
it down.
wrote that down.
isn't it in 3 weeks, Jennifer, that they have the UFO festival out in Oregon or out in McMinnville? They're doing it in 3 weeks this year. Normally it's in July, but it's in 3 weeks this year.
Oh,
Yep.
Isn't that horrible?
It's the
I don't
20
know anything about McMinnville.
It's the 24th, 25th, and they do this giant UFO festival because wasn't it the first documented sighting of a UFO?
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. So now they do this big thing where everybody wears like
Oh
like
my
tinfoil on their heads and they have a parade. It's like Marcus, it's like the Wizard of Oz here in Oconomowoc.
Yeah.
But they do it
Oh.
with aliens out in McMinnville.
I remember you telling me that after
Interesting.
on the show where you were out in Portland, you were telling me about the UFO thing. And
Yeah.
obviously like that whole world is crazy fascinating to me.
It's
So
Oregon.
I want to see pictures. I want to see videos. You can bring back any like UFO, like pieces of a UFO that they have there. You bring back.
Oh, my
That'd be
word.
great.
I will bring you back a souvenir, Marcus. That I will promise you.
That's for sure. We
Perfect.
we can accomplish that for sure.
If they have an extra like aluminum hat that you can bring back,
Love
I'll
it.
wear that here.
Love it. I know. Last time I was out there, Jennifer, I brought home a little metal llama for
I
my son, and he was over the moon excited. He still has it sitting on his desk, so it's looking at him, and he like pets
Oh
the
my
llama, and
Oh my word.
interesting 9-year-old.
Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you took a picture on your way to the airport with it, right?
I did, because I was crying as I was leaving my house, and so Jason's like, "Do you want to stop and get some souvenirs?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Yes." So
I love it. You're so cute.
So when Jennifer was out there, she actually was looking at my house as a potential rental property. It ended up not panning out for the two of us, but it was fun to have her come through, take a look, especially as a real estate agent on her own, to be like, is this worth renting, or like what
Yeah.
are your thoughts on it as a rental property? So that was
Well, you know my 2 cents.
Yes.
And I'll keep that off the podcast. But those are the only 2 things.
Yes.
That's it.
And unfortunately, it just can't get changed right yet. But
I mean, you better hurry up.
maybe next year, Jennifer. Maybe next year.
That's a big expense.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a big expense. And I totally get it. But we were both like, oh, that's not going to work.
That's okay too, because it's always the right spot for somebody. It just might not be the right spot for you yet. But
right.
As life continues and as we, start to gain more reserve funds to make the improvements that we need to make, and then we can start to offer better.
Yeah, and then you buy another house.
No.
Marcus said he was going to foot the bill. So
yes.
Hey, if you want to syndicate a deal, I'm in.
All
we
right.
can all pull together.
I can make it work.
But let's
I've
talk
got
about
no
it.
problem. I've got no problem with that.
Let's do
Especially if
it.
it gets you back in the game.
Oh God. So
I say so.
I technically have my real estate license, Jennifer. I yes, I just don't choose to use it.
What the heck?
I know. Well,
I know.
I
I
got
I know.
licensed so Marcus and I worked together at another brokerage when I first was starting out in the world. And so our broker there kind of put a carrot on a stick and said, hey,
Yeah.
if you get your license, I'll A, give you a raise, and B, you have the potential to make commissions based off of the marketing collateral you make for me. And I said, all right.
Right.
So I cracked open the books. I got my real estate license within a month. And then I've had my real estate license ever since. And I've, done the continuing education stuff just because I feel like it's good to keep up in the know of what's going on in the world because I'm still working in real estate. I'm just not selling it. So
Yeah.
it can't hurt.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, and you don't want that to
Yeah. So one of these days, maybe I'll use it. I almost got a chance to use it when I sold my dad's house, but we just ended up doing that with lawyers. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Which at that point, like they're already kind of there to help you.
Yeah.
So I think you chose right on that one.
Yeah. It was fine. It was like a wham bam thank you ma'am deal where they wanted to be in within a month or within, I think it was like 3 weeks. And I was like,
Good.
Yeah, here. Yep, it's yours.
Yeah, just somebody take care of it and you'll get it. You'll get a chance to use it.
Says you.
Maybe I'll coerce you.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'll work on her, Marcus.
Jennifer, keep working. Keep working. I was working for years to get her into like buying a property and investing in it. It finally worked. So
good.
Keep working. You got 10 years.
10
Just
years to get.
I know.
Keep working.
You know how old I'll be in 10 years? Oh my heck.
Same age.
I'll be 10
Same
years
age.
older too. So
Yeah, but you're young.
I might be in my walker by then. Come on.
From what I know, women, they're born, they go to 21, and then they're 21 until they're 30, and then they're 30 forever.
Oh, I know.
So I'm 30?
I'm 27.
Yep.
I'm 27.
Oh, that's right.
And then I said, okay, I can be 35, but I will never go past 35 because that's when my dad died, and I don't live after that. Everything else, because then he died 2 days before my birthday, so I was like, I'm not going to celebrate my birthday. So
No
I'm just saying I'm not celebrating my birthday anymore because, well, I just don't want to.
Okay, so you'll be 35 forever.
Yes.
I'll be 45 in 2 months.
Here you go. Jason's going to be 40 in 3 weeks. So.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's a big shindig.
I know. It's going to be so fun.
And Marcus, you're what? 25, 30?
Baby.
31.
Baby.
I appreciate the 25, though. It's because you can't
Dear
see
Lord.
my grays on the camera. It's all gray, and we're phasing it
Right?
with gray over here. Yep. You see me in person, I won't get 25.
I'd be like, who's that?
There's no way.
That's not the same guy.
Nope. And I just cut it. So like that's really why
I thought you did. I was like, you're looking nice and high and tight over there.
Yep.
Looking
I
I
took
good.
took the time. took the
31,
time,
Mama. These babies
Cut
over
off
here.
the grays.
Yes.
Cut off the grays.
I know Riley got his back to school haircut yesterday too. So now he has this long surfer dude on top and like nice and tight on the side. And I was like,
Does he do the?
he won't let me call him hip.
Does he have that thing going on?
What's that?
I said, does he have the little
Oh,
flip?
the hair
Oh,
flip,
yeah,
the beaver
yeah.
flip.
Totally.
Okay.
But he won't let me call him. The only thing he'll let me call him is cool. I can't say tubular. I can't say awesome. I can't say rad. I can't say. There's like a whole laundry list of things that I am not allowed to say.
It's
And the
because
only thing,
those words were only cool when we were kids.
apparently, but I was trying to be like,
They don't exist anymore.
I was trying to think of the cool words that they use now, and he was like, "No, mom, no."
I don't even know what they are.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
either.
on Riley's side on this one. Apparently, you just got to tell him he's a vibe. I guess that's like the new thing.
A what?
A vibe. Vibe. Yep.
Okay. I
Just-
just
Vibe.
no, I'm just gonna
Next time he passes you in the house and he's wearing like some like new, or you notice his hair's done or something, Riley, that's just a complete vibe. And then walk away and see what happens.
He'll be like,
his
What did my
eyes,
mom just say?
his eyes will roll back in his head so hard he might have a conniption. He like I love him. He's so sweet and so kind, but he looks at me like I have 3 heads sometimes too. So
Well,
they still do when they're 18, believe me.
oh god.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
It's the teenage boy philosophy. There's
I know.
nothing you can do. That's just what it's gonna be.
I
Your mom.
do get boy snuggles from time to time though, so that's nice.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the coolest property you've seen out there so far?
Probably the historic home that we were under contract on
Fun.
in October, and yeah, that whole thing just fell apart. But we found things in the basement, and I mean the basement had its own smell, but there were some really cool things that we found. And then like we went through the whole inspection with our inspector, and he was like, "This house is really cool," and we're like, I know, right? But when he said that, it was like, whoa, there must be something, even more spectacular about this house that we haven't seen. But like, it was built in 1852?
Wow.
Downtown Albany.
Holy cow.
Historic downtown Albany, yeah. And we had it under contract for $250,000 with the rehab loan, and we only needed like 40 grand. And the seller's agent was not nice.
Oh.
Let me tell you. Pulled the
Whoa.
plug on us 2 days prior to close because she wouldn't let her client extend.
You know what? I had something like that happen with us too. Like we obviously are buying from afar and we needed some extra time to deal with some of the contingencies and some of the stuff on the inspection report. And they're like, yeah, no, you're not allowed. And we're like, excuse me? We can't extend.
Why?
And because like we were closing super fast, and I was like,
Yeah.
we just wanted to extend for like over the weekend. Like I think we were supposed to close on Thursday or Friday, and we just wanted till Monday just to be like, get our ducks in a row, make sure all of our T's were crossed and I's were dotted. And they were like, nope.
That's what happened to us. It was a Friday, and she goes, I'm going to advise my client not to sign the extension.
That's such awful.
Okay.
It just doesn't do good for anybody. I don't understand why agents can get like that.
Did you two get a chance to ask the other agent why?
Oh, she lit up my lender. She lit up another agent of mine that was on PPG that tried to talk to her. Like, she would not have it.
Was she
everybody up.
moving and purchasing and needed funds, or?
So no. So the seller's agent ended up double ending the deal. She got a buyer with cash who wasn't represented. So I think that was her motivation.
Oh.
But the seller was a trustee. And
Really?
she didn't know what to do. And she goes, I'm not allowed to talk to anybody. My client or my agent told me I can't talk to anybody. It's like, that's not how agents are supposed to work, dude.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really shady. And this agent's been around a long time.
Wow.
I have no idea about mine. All I know is who I was buying it from. Actually, my lender knew the person, which was really weird. But people know everybody in like McNeil, I feel like.
Where we live, yeah, it's small.
It's like incestual. But she was an older lady. It sounds like she was renting the house out previously. And I think she just wanted to be done. I think she just wanted to clean her hands of it and just, because I think she and her husband have lived there for a while. It sounds like her husband passed away. She was renting it out. And I think she just wanted to probably move and be done. So I think that's
but when you're at the end of the road there, like, just finish. Why would you want to start over? That whole process starts over again.
Right.
And you know what they didn't do that they had to do?
You want to completely lose 30 to 60 days for two. Like, we're asking for 2 days, but you're like, nope, we're going to do another 30.
And you know what they didn't end up doing in our house that they were supposed to do? I'll see if you remember, Jennifer.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember what they didn't do in our house?
I can't remember. I know you told me.
Fire, the fire things above.
Oh,
Fire detect, smoke detector.
yeah. Smoke detectors. That's by law. They have to have those in there.
Yeah. So they didn't put any fire detectors in there. And it was just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, we didn't ask for much when we came back to them. We asked for a couple of repairs and to replace the fire detectors.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah.
no, we're just gonna give you money for the repairs. And I guess you'll just have to take care of the fire detectors too. And we're like,
And they're cheap, like seriously. But the point is, we asked you to do it.
Yeah.
So this story on this one that we finally are closing on. So like I told you, this is our third try here.
yes.
I mean, after writing several offers, probably 18 offers this year. The seller passed away and she willed the house to Safe Haven Humane Society. So not only is this is the most simple deal because these people are like, we didn't need the money. It just was donated to us. So whatever we get out of it is fine. So we're getting a piano and a bunch of furniture that is in the garage. The piano is gorgeous for $200.
Wow.
My buyers go, see if they'll take it for $200. I said, my clients would like to offer you $200. And they just said, that's great. What?
Awesome.
I know.
Wow.
So third time's the charm, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I always say it. And it's working every time.
That's
awesome.
Super
Well,
excited.
I'm hoping everything works out with it because it's not closed yet. So hopefully this goes through. You're going to have to keep Natasha updated with,
Oh my
with
gosh.
how this goes.
She'll know.
And then I want to see some pictures of the schoolhouse.
Yeah. And it's just like a simple, cute little house. It's the perfect first home. There was nothing wrong with it. The inspection came back with like a little leak from the bathtub in the hallway or whatever. And my friend was like, he's a plumber, Jericho. He's a plumber. And he goes, I wouldn't even worry about it. He goes, that's because we live in Oregon and there's condensation and all these other things. And he goes, I wouldn't even worry about it.
There's moisture in Oregon?
No, not in Oregon. What did I say that?
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, not
It's
yet.
been so dry here. I'm like, do I live in Oregon still? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's so dry. Yeah, it's still smoky here. I'm in Bend.
Oh,
And the other morning, 2 nights ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that smell? I thought the house was burning down. And it's the forest fires are still circulating. So the air is really thick. Yeah.
so say my girlfriend's out there. I think she's been out there for a week or two on the coast. And she was like, it's smoky AF. Because she, I think, went to parts of California too. And she was like, no, it's like really bad. She's like, I can't wait to be home. I smell like a campfire. I cannot shake it off of me. And I was like, oh.
It's literally like south of us in California. It was north of us in Washington. And then it is like east and west. It's like we're in this bubble.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And depending on the way the wind is blowing, we're like either suffocating or it's like, oh, they must be gone. No, it's just not blowing in our direction today.
Yeah. Right. Man, that's something that we do not have to worry about out here.
No, we don't. We just have to worry about tornadoes, Marcus.
Yeah, but even then, I don't know. Apparently we had a tornado like 2 weeks ago and I still didn't even know where it hit.
Marcus slept through it. I was
slept through it all.
Meanwhile, I'm in my closet that's about this wide with myself, my big husband, my 9-year-old, and our 2 dogs that are 65 pounds apiece. So we're shoved in there like sardines, and Marcus is just laying in his bed, lounging around like, no worries.
We did have all the boys woke up, so everyone was in our bed, so we were safe that way. But we definitely did not go into the basement. The dogs were at the foot of the bed.
He didn't even go down to a lower level. He was up on the top level of his house. That's a no-no.
Not worried. Auntie M.
Yes. And see, I don't have a basement in my house. We have a crawl space. So I didn't even have a space to go to. We had an interior closet in my kids' room. And he was pissed. He was so mad at me. He's like, can't I just go back to bed or play Roblox, Mom?
Yeah, he's like, what is happening? This is dumb.
No, you can go talk to your girlfriend on Roblox though, Riley.
Ooh.
Yeah. You got to keep me posted on that story,
I
sister.
will.
Whoa.
Holy cow. Oh, kids grow up so fast.
Scary. I know.
Right.
So I
So
have
Natasha,
one
we are coming up on an
final
hour.
question. Yes, I have one
I get to
final
ask it.
question. Oh,
I get
yes.
to ask it as co-host. So, Jennifer,
Yes.
you do a lot of paperwork behind the scenes stuff, but what have you done DIY either in your projects or in somebody else's? And I'll even allow it because you've seen cool houses, some houses you've seen that have had cool DIYs. Is there anything in like the past X amount of years that you have seen or done DIY projects?
Even in Texas.
Even in Texas.
So no, are you talking about my patio?
Oh, I don't know. Am I?
Remember
No.
okay. So
You knew what her answer was.
I've seen some stuff. I have seen some stuff that I'm like, I hope to God that they didn't do that themselves. Well, speaking of one house in Albany, I showed my clients and we were like, this is such a great house. It was like built in 1920, super cute. And then we went outside and we're looking in the backyard and then like the add-on section of the house, the siding is just like barely hanging on. And I'm like, did you not notice that before you listed it? Do you think people aren't going to see that? Oh, I was like, duh. But my favorite DIY that I've ever done, I did a lot on my house because my husband was deployed and I was just busy.
Yes.
So, but when he came back, we actually put, because our patio, standard patio in a new house is pretty small. So we actually extended our patio with little pavers and they were not quite the shape of Texas, even though they sell that shape. They were really cool, like, I don't even know what you call them. Just that
irregular shaped
terracotta color.
Okay.
And so we filled in and we stamped the ground with the thing and just leveled it out and put some pea gravel in there in between. It was so cute. And then we ended up putting our little pool on it for the kids. So proud.
Do you have pictures of it still?
I do.
Awesome. You'll have to send one over so we can include it in our show notes.
Yeah, I definitely have a picture of that.
Awesome. And then how can people get a hold of you if they're looking to list a home or looking for an agent to help them buy a home? What's the best way for our listeners to get a hold of you?
Definitely my email, or they can look me up on Facebook, Jennifer Casto. And I don't know if they can see my face, but I'm listed in Albany, Oregon with eXp Realty. And my email is jennifer.casto@exprealty.com.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. We had
of course
so much fun. I cannot wait.
I loved it.
And see you again. Marcus, you're not invited. Sorry.
Aww.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Unless you're
appreciate the
investing.
invitation, but I'll have to decline.
Oregon is beautiful, Marcus. You need to come to Oregon at least once.
I've been to Portland actually twice. We had when I worked sales for a company, that was one of our semi-annual meetings was in Portland. So I got to see the Timbers Stadium. Mm-hmm. They actually hosted us one year. So we got to do all of our work meetings in the stadium.
Jason would have died. Jason is a huge Timbers fan. He would have absolutely died.
Yeah. After all of our weekend was done of learning and everything, we got to go down in the field for I think 2-3 hours and just play whatever games we had going on down there. So it was a cool experience. I love Portland. There wasn't a thing that I didn't like, except for it wasn't as close to Portlandia, the TV show, as I was hoping. Portlandia's got some just absurd things. And I was like, I want to see if there is any of that out there. I didn't see it.
I'm sure. I don't know that show, but our motto here is keep Portland weird.
Yep.
Just like Austin. Keep Austin weird. I'm like, why do I have to live near all these weird places?
And there's actually an episode in Portlandia where one of the guys moves from Portland to Austin because they had the same kind of feel to it. So
totally the same feel. Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. We went to Austin a couple of years ago and I was like, I'm never effing going there ever again.
Oh, I
was so
loved
fun.
it.
I used to live close to
Austin was
there.
great.
And then, well, we stayed in this really dingy Airbnb that, like, on the pictures online looked a lot nicer than what it actually was. Like, you get in there and like the toilet paper stuff is like falling off, and the knobs on the sink are kind of like jiggly, and like it was not a good place to stay.
That's
And
nothing
so,
like Austin sounds like to me. Like I've been down there several times, not to stay in a hotel, but to shop and
oh,
eat. They have the best restaurants. I don't know.
Well,
You'll have to try again.
maybe I will.
I think, Natasha, this opens up a window for you to buy an Airbnb in Austin so you can go stay in the accommodations you like and enjoy what Austin has to offer. That's just me, and I'll leave the show there if the host is happy with that one.
This is what I deal with, Jennifer.
I love it.
This is my day to day.
I love it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to MVP Rentals Podcast, Season 2, Episode 5. We will be back next week with another guest. I'm not sure who yet, but we look forward to talking to you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye. You too.